So that's part of peace. When she's not going to be shouting, you guys can have a conversation without arguing. You feel me? And those are the things so many black men go through, starting with their own single moms, with their own mothers, starting with their own sisters in the house. So when a black man has been going through those arguments, bad communication, or every time they don't like something, they scream at him. They never like sit down just to talk to him. They're always complaining about something. Some black men get tired of that, you know? So I believe personally that that could be one of the main reasons, the peace. I believe that's the main reason. All right, let's see. What are you guys saying in the comments? Mark Cruz says, as a single bachelor that lives alone in peace, and the only boy with 4 sisters, I'm going to Colombia next month for all week. Yeah, I believe that's something men should do often, right? Because we see women traveling. Well, they claim they travel. They claim they put photos on Instagram, and it's like they travel every 3 to 5 business days, right? But I think more men need to travel, because I think most men are stuck in the headspace of their environment where they grew up, and they believe that's all they know, and that's all they should do. Most men obviously don't like to spend money like that. I don't like to spend money either, but when you fail to get what you want where you are, you may have to travel just to learn a thing or two. So Mark, you're definitely right. And Colombia, the only thing I'll have to say, when the stories I've heard from Colombia, you just gotta be careful, especially with your drinks. You don't want to be dragged or things like that. And just move. If you know people already there, then that will be even helpful. If you know people down in Colombia, that will definitely help you, so you don't try to run into the wrong people. But definitely traveling is one thing, and then you have to you have to make sure you're not very, very thirsty, because my I've not been to Colombia, but the stories and the videos and what people say about Colombia, they say if you think you've seen beautiful women in your own city, in your own town, once you go to Colombia, you're gonna lose your mind. So that means, yeah, you should make sure you're not very, very thirsty. That's why you see guys, they go to Colombia, they lose it all because they have never seen such beauty in one. Like, you turn here, you see a beautiful woman, you turn, there's a beautiful woman, like, you're gonna be like this. So you have to make sure you're not as thirsty. But I definitely agree. I think traveling is one of the things some men are doing now, because it's like, if around me, it may even you may even have to just switch cities or even towns, because some men grow up in the same town, same environment, same radius, and they never move. All they know are the same, women, the same type of women, the same relationship and dating culture that they know. But I agree, dating and moving around is definitely something men need to do, because you don't know what you don't know. But once you travel, and then, because I can guarantee you right now, right, Mark, once you come back from Colombia and you see all the beauty, I can guarantee you will never be as thirsty for the women where you live as you are now. Once you go to Colombia and you have a good experience with women out there, the femininity, their submissiveness, the niceness, because let's be honest, one of the reasons, like I said, the black men try to date white women or even women of other races is because they've never had a woman be nice to them. They've never had a woman their whole life of dating just do something nice. Some men have never even seen what it means for a woman to make a meal for you. When you have not told her, forget telling her, hey, can you cook something? Just imagine some men have never seen a woman cook a meal for them and bring it to them when they haven't told her to do so. You know that thing of breakfast in bed? Usually these days, women want breakfast in bed. They expect the guy to wake up, to buy the food, make breakfast for them, and if he's not buying the food, they expect you to actually get Uber Eats or DoorDash. So some guys have never had breakfast in bed from a woman. So sometimes you need to travel to see those kinds of things. So that's what I'm saying. Like once you go to Colombia and you come back and you have a good experience in Colombia, I can guarantee you 1,000% you're never going to be thirsty for the women in your town, in your hometown. I can guarantee you. All right. So Mark says staying single is men's best option. So I'm going overseas to get better pleased and meet real fit feminine women with no weave. Yeah, the good thing is that you say you don't drink or smoke. So that's good. The fact that you don't drink or smoke, that's already a good thing. But you may even order water. So you have to make sure once you order water, you don't leave it, just out there for people to try and do something to your water to drag you, things like that. But I can guarantee you, man, once you come from Colombia, if you do have a good experience, because I see videos of guys who, shout out to, I think it's Austin Holloman. He went to Brazil, and that man said, "I'm not, I'm never returning to America." The man went, experienced fit, feminine women, beautiful women, and his whole entire life changed. And this is what I'm saying, man. You're gonna go to Colombia. You're gonna have a good experience with women. You're gonna meet real kind women, not because they want money from you, not because they think you're 7 feet tall, so they will be nice to you, not because you're a celebrity. They're just gonna be nice to you because they are naturally nice people. They are naturally kind women. And then you're gonna come back and you're like, oh shit, no, hell no. And then you're gonna be more motivated to make more money to travel again. You feel me? So I think it's gonna be a little bit of motivation, especially if like the experience you've been having hasn't been good with women, you know. All right. Mark says, I live in Pennsylvania, and the guy that I'm going with has been there for over 10 years. Yeah, that's good. If you've been there for that long, if he has been there for that long, he's going to be very helpful. It's always good to go to a city and like the person knows, so you don't look like a real stranger, because then they will sniff you out. If you go to a place and you look really new, you're gonna be lost. You're gonna be asking for directions. You're gonna be asking people for where to go. Though even then, that would be a good experience because you get to learn how to move if you are picked and dropped in a place where you've never been. So that would definitely be something to look forward to. I bet. I mean, I'll be waiting for you to come back to tell us what's going on and your experience, because I know it's going to be for me the only the only thing I'm worried for you, because I believe the moment you get that experience of a beautiful feminine woman that you don't have to give money. Like, she's not going to ask you for a cash app of $300. She's not going to ask you to take her to a $300 dinner date, and she's being nice to you because that's who she is. Because don't get me wrong, in America you will find women who will be nice to you, but to find a woman who's beautiful and who's going to be nice to you at the same time, naturally nice, and you don't even have to spend money like that, that's very rare to find. To find a beautiful woman who's also nice, yeah, that's almost impossible to find. You have to spend some money. Either you have to spend some money. I'm talking about gorgeous woman like Colombia. You know how those Latinas down there can be very good looking, long black hair. Even the dark skinned ones, they be like those nice afros, just in shape. I think that's the first thing that's gonna be shock you, because I've heard everywhere you turn, it's very rare. They're there, but it's rare to find women completely overweight. Because I'm sure you see it in the streets of PA everywhere, and you're used to the fact that the women you find, most of them are overweight. You see it on the daily. You feel me? So I know the moment you go down there, the first thing that's going to shock you, I believe, now I'm trying to live in your future, right? I believe the first 2 days, you're going to be seeing so many beautiful women, you're just going to be turning around, turning your head. And then once they're nice to you, you're going to be like, oh shit, I didn't know women could just be nice, naturally nice to you without needing you to spend money. So I know that's going to shock you as well, for sure.